Deep breath in.
It's the end of the world
as we know it.
Or turn around.
Is that like a end of a world song?
No, but it's total
Every
eclipse
now
of the
and
heart.
Oh, total eclipse of the heart.
A total eclipse of the heart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sing on here. You can see. Oh, there's those that.
Anyway,
There's those angelic voices. Those.
it is almost like I'm harmonizing with myself.
It's like you have a little bitty choir up in
Yeah,
there.
I do. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good night.
Yeah, you don't know.
Good life. I mean, apparently the world's ending, right?
Yeah,
That's what I've been hearing.
that's why we're here.
Well, we're doing this one because we do have another episode that was supposed to be uploaded first, but then we started hearing about this whole end of the world shit. And
And lots of different.
we felt like it was more important to talk about that first
Stuff.
because we might be able to just save your life.
Yeah, we might. This might be what our life calling is.
Yeah.
And then we're just good after this. Like, we don't have to pay bills or do anything anymore.
Fuck, I wish, man.
Is that like how it works? Like, once you fulfill your destiny?
I don't think that's how it works, but maybe.
All right, well, that's how it should fucking work. Anywho.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
There's so much happening. Hip hop.
Yeah, it's all like
Today
the whole,
would be
like,
Easter as well that we're
Yeah,
recording.
today
Sorry.
is Easter that we're recording, so
Hip hop.
happy Easter. Praise the Lord. He is risen.
Baby Jesus. Praise little baby Jesus.
8 pound, 6 ounce baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
But yeah, isn't it like, so this whole, I didn't even know about any of this until like last week. I just saw a TikTok where it was like, so the solar eclipse is going to bring on the what's it called? Not revolution. The rapture.
The second coming.
The revelations.
Yeah, is that what Revelation stands for, I guess?
Well, Revelations is the book in the Bible that all
it
this stuff
talks
was
about
written
this.
about, like the seven
basically the end of
horsemen.
times. The end of times in biblical worlds, the end of...
My biggest problem with all of it is that we've all, I know you guys too, have been, and especially you, have been like anticipating a zombie apocalypse.
I know, we've talked about this sometimes, that like, we're just not going to get it.
No,
I
because
have prepared.
like we all thought that the zombies were going to come, but it's going to be Jesus coming. And it's like, I hope it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it's like fun at least a little bit.
And I hope, all the hype about him, like, I really hope he is a really cool, chill dude and just like,
right.
like he wants to just come around and start healing some people.
Yeah.
But like, what if he's back for revenge?
What if he like comes back and he's like high five, and then as soon as he high fives you either die or you get healed from what you're done with, and then it's like,
Well, that's what I
then
mean.
that's how you know.
So he's coming for his revenge. That's what I mean.
But
so like,
what kind of revenge though? Because it's like we didn't kill him. We weren't even alive.
but some people did.
Yeah, but those were thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but he probably knows who their ancestors are. So like,
Yeah,
who,
that's true. He's got
he knows the whole genealogy trees. Okay.
He's got a notebook that's just like.
Oh yeah.
It's like on Billy Madison when he calls and like apologizes to Steve Buscemi's character, and then he turns around and there's like a
the list
board
of
that says people to kill. He like crosses your name off and then puts lipstick on. You're like, what? Jesus is dope, dude. I feel like he's a cool, chill dude, unless like, yeah, you're a bad person. Like if you hurt kids or like,
yeah,
if you're a guy and you hurt women and stuff like that, like he probably won't be too chill about that. But like if I'm like sitting there jerking off and he's like, shouldn't do that, I'd be like, cool, but I don't think he's gonna kill me over it. You know what I mean?
No, and I don't think he's really gonna be like, shouldn't do that.
I agree, but I was just going for a lesser crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that in the car,
well, that
somewhere, he might be.
Or if I'm doing it against my own will, like if I'm like totally not okay with it, but I'm still doing it, then that could be an issue. But
jerking off, not being okay with it.
Sometimes.
Has there been moments in your life?
Yeah, there's sometimes when I'm in the shower, I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, what the? Like, I don't want to be doing this right now. I should be washing my beard. You know?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying.
We didn't even say welcome to the show, by the way. Not that we absolutely need to, but
I introduced it with my glorious vocals.
that is true.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
On the
Easter. Wait, what?
I was going to try to throw her name in there real quick, but it didn't
on
work
the
out.
nitty gritty.
Not so pretty.
Not so pretty podcast. I'm
Woo,
Jimmy.
we did it.
And this is April. Oh, yeah, we did do it. Good job.
I was just going to 5 in the air anyways.
I think people want to see real couples high-fiving more. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Like,
You're
honestly,
right.
that actually brings up a good point. Not necessarily towards the end of the world. We'll get back to that, I'm sure. But, like...
You bring up a good point, you mean?
Yeah, the high-fiving thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, couples that high-five together probably are, like, a lot happier. Because you see all those couples that are just like, hi, little kiss, little hug, whatever. But, like, high-fiving is like a bro thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means you're buds.
Well,
like,
that's what I mean, like
high-five
friends.
everybody.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and I was just trying to think. I was like, and I'm not much of a hugger.
No, you're not.
No. So you're right. Like, when you get on that level, that's like...
Your hugs are the type
Well,
where, like,
when you get on my hug level, then you know I would probably take a bullet for you.
at night when I'm trying to hug you goodnight, I have to, like, physically put your arms around me and, like, be like, can you put a little bit of pressure on it? That'd be cool.
I become one of those.
Yeah.
Not even the flailing dudes, I guess.
No,
It's
you're
just
like one of those clowns that are like little kid punching bags that are just, you blow them up and they have sand in the bottom. I could
Those
push you
things
over
were
and you just
so
like,
cool.
Ooh, ooh. That's how I hug. That's how you hug.
I hug like a kid who's upset but like doesn't have a choice, just like walks up and you have to like hug your parent or something and your arms are just down by your sides.
It's like how
and
both of our kids are.
You just
to
like
me
lean
now.
your head in.
I go to hug my kids and they're just like, oh, God.
Stepbrothers.
Yeah, stepbrothers pushing the face away. Oh, man. Oh. It's just...
I mean, if it is the end of the
whatever.
world, like, gosh, why can't we have some, like, just fucking, we're in 2024. There's, like, nothing's going to surprise anybody anymore, right? Aren't we at this point where just let us know?
Yeah. Just tell us.
Like, because if I decide not to go to work or something and, like, just want to stay home with my, like, if we all just stay home.
Well, that's the thing. It's like...
And our kid stays home and we just, like, fuck around and play.
But my problem is what if it's not the end of the world and I
No,
just
I
quit my
know.
job?
No,
You know
I
what
know.
I mean?
Oh, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why? Why can't you just, like, give us a heads up?
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
over this whole like bullshit. Like you kind of tell us, and then you kind of don't, and then people
Well, there's so many crazies
don't know what's going on or what's
going
not.
around being just like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And it's
Yeah,
all
'cause-
biblical because it's like, I was kind of reading up about it before because like this eclipse has like, they all have like a, I guess a trajectory or whatever, you know? And this one, it's funny too because people are like, oh my gosh, there's symbolism in sevens in the Bible, like the 7 horsemen, you know, 7 rings of hell, all this other stuff, whatever. And it's like, it's going to pass through 7 cities in the United States called Nivea. And that's where Jonah was supposed to go and warn the people about a war and all this stuff. But then if you look at it, there's
It's
only
not Nivea.
2. Yeah, there's only 2 cities of Nivea that it's going to hit.
The weird thing is,
And I think there's like a Rapture, Indiana or something
So-
that's going to hit too.
so this is from what I know, the big thing is that everybody's a lot of people have focused on the point of. It's not even the point of where it crosses across the United States. It's because 7 years ago in 2018,
17.
17, 18,
2017.
in around there. There was the eclipse that came from Alaska across the United States down to like Florida, basically,
Yeah.
like kind of in that.
We
And now,
got that one pretty good.
and now this one is coming from like Boston, East Coast, straight down through, makes an X.
Well, it's supposed to go upwards.
Or so
It's
maybe then
going
it's coming
through
from Cali up to
Mexico,
that way.
all the way up
Either way, it makes an X with
through
the other
Texas.
one.
Yeah.
And then where that meets, it's called Makata, I thought, Makada, something like that,
Mecca.
Illinois. Just like some little hippie town. Literally some little teeny tiny hippie town.
Yeah.
Which I think is dope. And everybody's panicking because they're like, oh, they're sending the National Guard. I'm like, yeah, because thousands of people are going to go to this little teeny tiny town that doesn't have anybody come to it
Yeah, we had an
to
eclipse,
watch the
last
eclipse.
year or 2 years ago or something like that down here. Wasn't that eclipse?
Well, there
just
was
recently?
a partial.
And
yeah.
there was like thousands of people flocked to
Oh.
southern Utah for just that one
When
day.
was that? Was that October?
I don't remember.
I can't remember what
but
that
it
one was, but it was this one's a total solar eclipse.
Don't go to these towns
So-
because it just causes traffic. You're just gonna eat all the food in the place. Then there's gonna be another.
You have to spend so much money just to get there. Like, I don't know, unless you live
Well, it's
next
just so dumb.
door,
Like
but-
us, we're only gonna see like 50% of the eclipse because we're so far away.
Yeah,
It's like between 40 and 60%. I saw.
Yeah, even if I even remember.
I probably
that's-
won't. I'll be like balls deep in paperwork in my office, and then they'll be like, "Oh my God, the eclipse was so awesome," and I'll be like, "Why didn't anyone tell me?"
Oh, that's right. I was in the workout class when that was going on because they were like, if you want to go out in the back. And I'm like, we're in the middle of
Yeah.
our fucking workout class.
I was at
I
work.
don't want to look at the eclipse right now. I do, but I don't. I'm in the middle of my class.
Which is weird coming from someone so witchy like you. Like, you'd think you go out and do some kind of like weird rain dance or something during it.
I mean, when I'm in my exercise classes, I have to fucking be in my exercise classes.
That's true.
There is no fucking around in those.
That's true.
That's my
And
sanity.
then you just got a bunch of dudes and
I
chicks.
saw it right as it was happening.
Their
but-
moons are eclipsing your workout because they're just like right there.
Yeah,
Just like
they're full
they're
moons
right
and
there.
they're front bum moons. What would you call the vagina moons? The vajiji moons?
I think
when
a
you can
vagina
see 'em
moon
from the
sounds
back.
Delightful.
What do they call that when you can see it from the back? The front's a moose knuckle, right?
Camel toe.
Or camel toe.
A moose
Oh,
knuckle
moose
is a
knuckle is
guy.
a
We've
dude.
talked about it.
So what
A
if
moose
the,
knuckle
what
is
if the
when you
girl's
can-
bent over?
When you can see, you'll not be able to see me as in a good example because mine are not moose knuckly. Maybe like a squirrel paw or something. I don't know. But
Squirrel paw.
I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
It's not big, so it's not a moose. I don't know what it's from behind. Would that just be like a a guy, if you see it from behind, it's called like a fruit basket. Would a girl be like a bread basket or something like that?
A loaf of bread that's just like split
Like-
open and fresh.
Like all you can eat Olive Garden breadsticks or something?
Oh, you can eat.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, anywho, you just said moon, and I was just thinking that when they're like bent over, but you're right. It's mostly just.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't understand because we were supposed to die in like 2000, right? When Y2K came up, like something was supposed to happen.
Yeah, see, I was like
and then there was like
ninth grade, so I didn't know the hype.
But then there was the
2012.
2012 thing.
12, I
where
remember.
It was all supposed to go to hell.
Wasn't 2012 also the whole Coney? Didn't somebody? Don't you remember somebody? It was legit made up in the long run about some guy over in the Congo or Africa that was like murdering hundreds and hundreds of kids and doing all this shit. Do you remember like the campaign for that?
No.
And I think it was Coney 2012. I swear, and maybe I need to. I'm gonna double check real quick.
Okay.
But
anyway, there was different timelines
That also was
throughout
made
the
up.
world. Like 2020 was supposed
So
to
they
be
were
something
thinking-
weird.
yeah,
Like when I was in
well, the Mayan calendar was 2012.
When I
I'm
was-
pretty sure.
19.
Yeah, Coney 2012.
When I was 19, I was on a mission for the Lord. Welcome back, by the way. In the Marshall Islands, right? So I lived in the Marshall Islands over by Guam, and I got to learn about tons of different religions and stuff like that. And there was legit a guy who was a pastor of, I think he was a Seventh-day Adventist or something like
Okay.
that. And
met a
he
few
was
of those.
building a landing pad for Jesus because it was like 2020 was or 2000 because I was there in 99. 2000 he was supposed to come back. It was like January something 2000. Like that's
Y2K. That
what it
makes
was.
sense.
And he had all of his people. They were like legit building this like helicopter landing pad. It was huge in the back of their church. And it was all made out of just like raw material and stuff like that because they
So-
didn't have like
So they didn't know
cement
quite how
and all
big
that
Jesus
stuff.
was going to be coming back?
Well, I feel like
Or
if
they
you-
thought he was going to come back in a helicopter?
Well, it's probably like afterburners. You know what I mean? Like he's coming down. There's probably like some kind of force. You have to have like a good solid pad for him to like land on.
Yeah, because you would think if he's coming back and it's whatever year that you would think he could just like teleport in or just
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
he doesn't just magically appear in front of your eyes, like even if it's just on your farmland next to your cows or something.
He's like riding your cow. You're like, who's that riding my cow right now? You have to, like,
He's out there just like fucking the biggest bull, just like, fuck yeah, I'm so glad to be back.
yeah. You just go out and you're like, can you get off my cow, please, sir? Oh wait. It's you. Yeah. Have fun.
Oh wait, fuck, Jesus.
Do what you got to do. Do
Jesus.
what you
All right,
gotta do.
okay. You
I've
scared
got-
me there.
I've got some pasta going. If you need something, come on in. You know, ride the cow though. That's fine. But yeah, so he was building us this like landing pad in all of his sermons because we would go to all the different churches and stuff like that. just to see what was up.
As Mormon missionaries?
Yeah. We
I
would
didn't
just
know
go and
that.
check it out. Well, there was nothing else to do.
Were you supposed to do that?
I don't think it mattered.
Well, you would think, this isn't trying to be rude, but like I would think that they would only want you doing with your teachings specifically.
Well, yeah, but your teachings are trying to get those people to come over to your side.
So you go over and be like, "Oh, they all lying, motherfuckers."
No, we don't do that at all. You go and you're just like, "Hey,
I'm sure
how's it
you
going?
don't.
We're just here to hang out and say hi and stuff and see what this
Yeah,
is all about." It's called like fellowshipping. Your friendship. You build a friendship with people, and then it's
kind of like being a predator.
The whole thing that you're supposed to do is be like, "Yeah, maybe come check out our church sometime." You know what I mean?
Come over to my house. I'll teach you about it a little bit.
Don't worry if my pants are off.
Yeah,
That's just how
we'll teach you how my church works.
That's just how I preach. Pantsless in the tropical islands.
Yeah, I haven't met very many people other than the basic religions that the state we live in. Like I haven't met so I haven't really heard besides me knowing these prophecies of some religions or some crazy shit, you know what I mean? And now I know a little bit more because I dove into like this whole thing.
It's weird that
because there's a lot going on.
Most religions have some kind of like doomsday ending thing. You know what I mean? Like whether it be April 8th or whether it be like 2050 or whatever the case may be. It's weird that happens, but not in like I don't know of any that the Mormon Church has.
No, I think it's just been certain religions that I feel like people go through over the last maybe even 100 years that have transcribed what was true, what was written, that we've all read, and like people just go off of their new thing. Does that make sense?
For sure.
Like almost like the cult stuff too. It's like some of these teachings or these scribes or these writings are that we truly do actually physically have, at least, are probably from forever fucking ago.
Yeah.
And people have just, telephoned them this whole time.
Right.
And people just use them and be like, "Oh, well, I think this is what this means now." So, but you're right. Like, not that I knew of or had any teachings of that. It was just.
There was never like a beware.
There was just, there was going to be a second coming.
Well, yeah, but
But you're right. There was no date upon it.
But there's no like, okay, let's keep an eye out on this day. Because it's like, what significance does a solar eclipse have? Like, there's the devil comet that's going to be coming at the same time? Yeah, so it's supposed to be
solar eclipse, solar eclipse,
but
devil's
we've all
comet.
been taught that the devil has dominion and, like, reign over the oceans and over the waters and stuff. So, like, who cares if he's in the sky? Like, he's probably just, like, doing a quick flyby real quick. You know what I mean?
Who believes that the devil is what?
That he has dominion over all. In the Bible, he was given, like, dominion over the water.
Yeah. I don't believe
That's why missionaries can't go swimming.
I don't believe in the devil. But
you don't believe in any of this stuff. So
no, I know.
But I'm just saying
that makes sense. Okay.
But everyone's worried that the devil's like riding into Earth on a comet. But it's like he's not up there. He's down in the water.
Yeah, you're right. But maybe that's gonna come explode.
What's that huge shark? The megalodon.
Megalodon. You're right.
He's probably a megalodon. That
makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna like split the continents and like explode people into the waters, and that's what they're afraid of. Takes them. Yeah, they're right. You're right.
But that's why like missionaries on Mormon church missions can't go swimming in the ocean and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I never went swimming in the ocean when I was there. My football did go in the ocean a few times, and I had to go get it. But that was only because, like, how am I going to get another football?
I'm
in the
thought
middle
it was
of the
they didn't
ocean.
Want you guys drowning and them being responsible.
Well, yeah, but a dude with a machete can hack up a missionary, and it's the same. Like, it's, the probability of dying is the same as if you're...
I don't think they think about their world is like, that stuff doesn't happen, but drowning does.
Oh, it happens.
No, I know. Oh, I know it happens. Yeah. They don't believe it happens.
Yeah.
So anyways, I thought maybe that was the rule. Why that was the rule is that they just didn't want people to drown. But I didn't realize it was a whole devil thing.
Part of it, but no, the devil. If you read the Bible, the devil has like reign over all that stuff.
I don't plan on it and don't really
but that
want
was,
to.
The King James version. We all know King James used to write smut novels too. So
that'd be a way to torture somebody. Put them in a hole, put the lotion on the skin, and then read that fucking Bible. That's how we're gonna Ruby Frankie people that are bad.
Yeah, that's another thing. Jeez Louise. Now that all those tapes have been released, I've been listening to it. It's a nutty case, man.
I can't stop saying that, and it's just so bad. But
we're gonna have to we'll definitely do an episode on that.
Oh, you pedos out there! I'm gonna throw you in a hole.
I just don't get it, I just don't get it.
Yeah, and then there's this whole sacrificing a red cow that's supposed to happen during this month. Well, because their religion, whatever Israel, whatever that religion, whatever Passover, whoever believes in Passover,
Jewish
is the 22nd of April,
right?
And there's talk about because there's already been ground broke for building an altar to sacrifice this red cow. It's this whole thing. Because, yeah, in their religions, it's like one of them believes that it's the end of the world. The other ones believe it's the cleansing. Like, so everybody is all over the fucking batshit crazy map right now.
I saw a picture of this red cow, and it looks more brown to me, to be honest with you.
Well, and they got 5 of them. And I'm like,
but they all
it's
look
like just
brown.
I know, and it's just some Texas rancher. But they went through like a 4 or 5 day process of rabbis being down there and literally checking these cows with microscopes to make sure they didn't have any other color hair.
But they don't look red.
I know. And now I think they're down to 2. Last I heard, technically 3. Somebody told me they're down to 2.
I don't know.
The whole thing is crazy. But just to think that those people are also then
what's the
now
significance
fighting
of that?
over all that.
When they sacrifice that's going to bring on the second coming too?
So
basically this month is basically like just a bunch of stuff that should bring Jesus back.
Yes, it should. Because then us conspiracy, I need to make up a new word.
Conspiracy realists.
Realists, you're right. Truthers. We're almost like, well, it would be a perfect time for like a Project Bluebeam to come to life too.
I don't know what that is.
So Project Bluebeam, there was this specific guy, shorten it up for the dummies because I'm a dummy in this world, but he came up with like a conspiracy theory that the CIA and the government has a project where they can use technology to like, well, there's even more behind it, but basically a technology, the same kind of thing as like being able to like put something in the sky that's happening that's not really happening. But what they're saying is there's a bigger agenda to it that it's behind NASA specifically, that NASA has a whole project to get everybody to follow their new world order religion about the Antichrist.
Isn't that what Elon Musk is doing right now? He's like sending up his stuff and causing phenomenon in the sky that nobody knows what's up.
So that's all. Yeah. So there's that, because then that brings up too that, you know, NASA's also launching 3 of the rockets at the solar eclipse to study the eclipse. So they're launching 3 rockets also on April 8th. And then CERN, the Hadron Collider machine,
that guy,
is also starting up on April 8th. Because of course all the people that are into this shit, you know, they got to find more stuff to make up because they don't know anything. This stuff is so infinite in my eyes, at least, that it's like, you guys don't ever know shit and you never will know shit. You will just constantly be making it up and fucking with shit, right? Like, you're fucking around and finding out, turning on machines and like shooting them into black holes and shit. Like
that's the thing that I've always like
come on, we don't need to know.
Like, science is always just someone thinking something and then running
theory
with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess sometimes they're proven, but like, really, are they?
Sometimes, but it's like, I obviously don't have the brain capacity to think on that level whatsoever. No. But it's like, if I was just like thinking of something and then I was like, this sounds cool, I'm going to tell a bunch of other people about it. And then it just like becomes a thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's how like rumors start and stuff.
Rumor, theory, ideology. Yeah. Like, I guess it's all the same. I mean, that just goes back to like, listen, we're all trying to just figure out how, what, when, where, like, what is this? Where am I? Like,
that is amazing.
Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Just saying. I appreciate you pulling out a little cleavage today too. That makes me very happy.
You guys like that too? I felt like I didn't want you to see my farmer's tan. It is so fucking bad right now. Not really. I don't really care.
Well, I had my hoodie on earlier, and then I was like, I never show off my arms. You know what I mean? Like, I never. But also,
I'm about to sneeze. Maybe I'm allergic to that.
I had dog hair all over it, so that was gross.
Yee.
Bless
yeah.
you.
So end of the world. I was hoping for zombies. I mean, if it is like a projected in the sky type shit, like hopefully it's like the aliens fighting Jesus. Like hopefully they try to, whoever they are like, hey, guess what? The aliens are so bad. I told you they were coming to destroy us. And then Jesus comes up and he's like, you won't destroy my planet. And then it's like this whole thing. Like, that'd be dope to watch, right?
Type thing. He comes out and instead of
shooting lazer beams out of their
instead of like
the
Steve Austin thing, Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he come out and slam a couple beers together. He's got a couple holy waters. He's like starts dumping them on himself and then starts walking down.
He's got a J in his mouth.
He's like, whoa!
He's like winking down at us because we're like, we knew it. Yeah, we knew you were a homeboy.
Just like a leather vest on and some like Speedo.
I was gonna say chaps.
He's walking, dude. I think he would rock some chaps for sure. But then that happens. But like the holy water that he does, it's just like this torrential downpour all over the world, but it shorts out all the alien UFOs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just go back and forth forever, and like there's just so. And then, for us who are like, yeah, cool, dope, and then the rest of the world's just killing each other and probably literally dying around us, but it's okay. Like, I think it'd be cool to watch.
It would be really cool to watch. As a good person in general, it would be really cool to watch. If I was like a shady motherfucker still, like 5 years ago me, 6 years ago me, I'd probably be like, I don't want this to happen. Like, I don't want him to come back right now.
Stuck in the negative and that's all you think about, then you think that's all that's going to happen is like crazy, awful things to you. But when we're like, listen, I live in a beautiful fucking life, bitch. Yeah. Ain't nothing happening to me.
Yeah, it's like, come on down. Like I said earlier,
my thought process
I pretty much always have some pasta on the stove. Like, he's more than welcome to come over for dinner.
Yeah, I always have a J pretty much ready.
Yeah. And if you think that that's a bad thing, he made it up. Like, he made this stuff. Like, of course he's going to use it.
Yeah, he's like, marijuana plant, like
he's not the one
pumpkin plant
putting chemicals into pills and stuff like that.
No.
He's the one that makes herbal stuff.
Shit, he used to just go, leprosy gone.
Well, now I have a boner. Thank you. But yeah,
and that probably happened as well.
Yeah,
those like, leprosy people haven't been touched in a long time.
No one wants to touch them.
I know, but now he healed them and touched them at the same time.
If there was a leper and his only dying wish or like last wish was to have sex with you, would you do it?
No, fuck no.
No.
I mean, as much as I know, from what I know of leprosy, however, there's no leprosy in medical books and stuff. I mean, there is some shit that I guess could be what maybe leprosy was back then, but...
Is it just necrotizing fasciitis? Is that basically what it is? Yeah,
and in my eyes, I think that like if Jesus had the magical powers to heal people by like touching them and doing water to wine and all that shit... These people that probably had this leprosy were literally probably like dead people that were still alive or zombies. You know
Zombies.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we got some crazy shit these days, but I think they were they were some sort of mystical beasts.
What did the leper say to the prostitute?
I fucking swear I've heard this one, but I don't know what.
Keep the tip. Get it? Because
she's like, good, because I can't get it out.
Get it? Because it fell off inside.
Or she's like, I'll get it back to you if I get it.
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like none of this stuff's going to happen this next week. I feel like it's all just going to be like an eclipse.
Yeah.
Cities are going to get overran with a bunch of weirdos that are...
Yeah, the National Guard's there because there's so many people there. It's not because like...
I know,
they're expecting a whole alien abduction to happen.
Are they here for something else? And you're like, no, they're there because like the city's got 10 times the people in it right now. Yeah. And there's going to be looting and riots and all kinds of stuff.
Wouldn't it be dope, though, if, like, the Epstein list was dropped? Like, secretly, though, on, like, one little page and, like, nobody really noticed?
Well, I mean, it seems like it's coming to light now.
No, I know, but it'd be funny that, like, April 8th happens and literally the whole world is... And that's how it works, right? Distraction. Like, the whole world is obsessed and they're secretly at, like, 2 a.m. just, like, boop. And then it just goes out one time or something.
Like, I don't want to get put on any hit list or anything like that, but all this stuff happening with Mr.
Did he not or did he?
Was it like a Puffy Jacket? I don't want to say his real name, but Puffy Jacket for daddies.
So I said, did he not or did he?
Oh, did he? Oh, did he not?
Did he not or did he?
Oh, DJ Diddles.
I mean, scapegoat. Just another one. Yeah, another one bites the dust.
Well, and then that bridge got knocked over
all
at the same time. It's like...
Yeah, and the bridge knocking over you guys as well.
Do you think that was Diddy's people?
No.
Do you think he orchestrated that so that the heat would get taken off of him?
Two different elite worlds going on sometimes. Maybe they're the same puppet masters at the very top, but like you got this whole Hollywood shit going on, like actors, gangsters, Hollywood, limelight, and then you've kind of got a whole other thing, I think, going on.
I don't know.
Of like... Let's make sure we destroy the food source for a minute.
If I was a big, powerful mogul like Sean Puffy Combs was.
I mean, he might have his hands in some... He might be a CIA informant for all I know.
Somebody on the outside, he's like, hey, man, I've got this stuff that's going to happen next week. Can you just turn your boat just a little bit to the right and take out that bridge for me? Just so that it's not...
I mean, it didn't help because they caught him, so I don't know.
Well, they just raided stuff. They didn't arrest anybody or do anything yet, but...
Oh, I thought they showed a picture of him being arrested.
I never saw that. I saw him standing outside like a hotel in Miami pacing.
I thought people were making fun of him because they're like, that does not look like Sean Diddy.
It probably wasn't. It was probably one of his employees or something like that.
Did he dumb?
Someone got, last I heard, nobody had been arrested.
Okay.
Nobody had been taken into custody. It's just like they raided
there
both
was
properties.
A donkey, a mule.
A drug mule, yeah.
I don't know how much we can say. He got arrested at a Target because I saw him coming out with police officers.
He probably got arrested. But yeah, nobody. They just raided both properties, one in like L.A. and one in Miami or something like that, or Florida.
Yeah, I don't think a whole lot. I think rockets are going to be shut up. I think CERN's going to be turned on. I think some of us that are in tune with more of the other things, like we might feel like we're crazy or like our emotions are all over the fucking place or something, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure I will, but it's not going to be like bad. Like that's just what happens when all this energy is going on, like mad.
Well, when Mercury gets in Gatorade, like it's going to, there's... It's bad news for everybody.
It really is. But we are, remember, age of Aquarius. It's the age of Aquarius. Yeah. See? So you never know. I just think it's like nothing. I'm like, cool. I still have to go to fucking work and I still wake up and get my kid to school and like whatever. But yeah, a lot of people are tripping the fuck out.
Yeah, so...
I mean, other countries are also literally killing each other right now because of all of this. like destroying each other right now. Which is also what, like... Well, just because of all the stuff that's supposed to be happening during the month of April. I guess you're right, not the solar eclipse. You're right, it's not the solar eclipse.
But why would they kill each other about this stuff?
Because
I know they always have like the religious wars and stuff like that.
Well, that's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. It is a spiritual religious war.
In general, it's about stuff that's been going on since the dawn of time.
Yeah. It's just all happening in the same month is what I'm saying. You have a solar eclipse and then you have, like I said, they're trying to sacrifice that red heifer and that's like a whole thing. But it's all happening. And then the 420, remember?
420/24.
Which will,
What's that, a palindrome?
Palindrome, which that'll be coming up, you guys. But
we'll have to do a whole 420 episode.
All in April, it's all of that at once. So I think there's some people that that do think it's like they're gonna not wake up.
Maybe we'll do an episode where we're like go live on something, Instagram or something like that on 420. We'll record it for YouTube and stuff, but so we can talk about 420 stuff.
Pretty sure TikTok I can have some smoke and stuff.
You can't do that on Instagram?
I don't think so. I think Instagram's different about nudity and stuff, but they're weird about like you can't show bong.
Dude, I see
you can't show paraphernalia.
Full on tits on Instagram all day, every day.
You can't show like paraphernalia though, I don't think. Or,
my
like,
algorithm is all breastfeeding. Like that's all I see is women breastfeeding. Not real
We'll have
babies.
to look into it.
They're not real babies. Like they flat out are dolls and these girls have their tits out and they're just like, because you can tell because they're just like floppy, like
you
the
go
real
to like
dolls or whatever.
Jimmy's Explore page, probably don't.
It's all breastfeeding. All of it. I don't know how I got on that algorithm.
You're going to be on the pedophiles watch list.
They're not real, though. They're not real babies. And I don't know how I got on it. Like, I don't go searching out breastfeeding shit. It just happens on my thing all the time.
It's the porn part. I'm just kidding.
I don't even look up porn stuff.
I don't know if you can. I don't know anything about that on Instagram. I'm surprised when you tell me Twitter. Like, I didn't realize Twitter was so
Twitter's
open.
full on porn.
And Reddit.
Twitter,
I figured Reddit would be because you can find some crazy fucked up shit on Reddit.
Twitter, you can see like full on buttholes and stuff going in them. Like, they don't care.
Thank you for that image.
You're welcome. Welcome to my hell.
You guys are all welcome as well.
I don't want to watch this stuff, but it's on my thing. I don't know. It's like you type in stuff in buttholes one time on Twitter. And all of a sudden Elon Musk thinks that's all you're about.
No idea where that came from.
No, I also want to see like, racing and stuff like that, like foot races and I don't know. But no, it's all buttholes.
Foot races? What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
What's a foot race? Like when you're tied together, like a three-legged race?
When you're running a race on your feet.
Oh, I guess technically, yeah. I guess we just don't say that out loud. We just say race.
Well, a race could be anything.
Marathon, race.
You could have
car
motocross,
race.
Cars, NASCAR.
So you
F1.
do have to specify foot race.
You have to say foot race, or else people will be like, what kind of race are you going to watch?
And then you say, I'm going to NASCAR.
NASA has the space race. Isn't that what that was? Like
You're right.
Back in the 60s or whenever, when it was either us or Russia or Japan or something like that.
Oh, you're right. It was called that, trying to get to the moon first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think it's fake?
It's not fake. The moon is real.
Well, the moon might be. Maybe. but like our
maybe it's
our
there.
footage.
You
We'll have
worship
another
the moon.
episode too.
If you thought it was fake at all, you wouldn't go put out moon water and shit like that to energize yourself.
Yeah, but nobody wants to know what I believe the moon is. I'm just saying what they thought they showed to the American people in my eyes. I'm like, no,
I think
because they were racing to beat other governments.
I think the moon is what Will Ferrell said it was on Saturday Night Live when he portrayed Harry Carey, a famous sportscaster. He said that the moon is spare ribs.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, hell, I'd eat seconds. Like, if I could take a bite of the moon.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd eat seconds. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've heard it's cheese. I've heard it's rusting now. Did you hear that?
Cheese. Yeah, well, and I guess
And
that
the main
the
component
rust
is
color
in
is
blood.
like, yeah.
And now the moon's
Which
turning
is-
to blood.
which we just
which
had-
is also in Revelations.
Which is what we just had the blood full moon.
Yeah, but that's just this. That's how it looks. But it's legit turning into blood, from
Yeah.
what I hear.
But
Or
that
it's like
also just
rusting
occurred.
and
then we had the lunar eclipse of the 24th, 25th. That's why everybody just thinks there's so much of this astronomical. That's not the right word.
astrological.
Astrological things happening on an astronomical level.
For real.
And so there's just, a lot that are like, oh, but yeah, for those of you that are probably in certain religions, they probably really do think it's another one of those Mayan calendars
But
ending.
How can you
so
not just be like, okay, none of the other ones you guys swore up and down were happened? Like, how can you be like, yeah, this one sounds good?
just like that person built a helicopter pad.
But
Unfortunately,
I don't think he rebuilt it after it never happened.
No,
You know
but
what
I was
mean?
going to say, unfortunately, some people go, yeah, but they probably went into a deep, dark depression, and who knows if they're still alive? Because once it didn't happen, they were probably like, I just spent my whole fucking life and all of my energy thinking that this is going to happen no matter what, and it did not.
I know, but none of it's happened yet. So
Yeah.
it's like, why is there like even still a thought of,
Yeah.
this is the one?
I don't get it. I'm like,
This one sounds more legit than any. It's like, no, it doesn't. It
Yeah.
sounds like a space thing that's going to happen and everything's going to be okay.
yeah, in my eyes, I'm like, it's
Like
all
that
the
someone was
same
saying-
bullshit going on physically, right? The physical world, all the same shit's going on, and nothing has ever happened
I read
on the different
something-
level.
Or I saw a video about it where it said like if the moon is in front of the sun for too long, like if for some reason something happens where the moon hits the sun and then stops for a minute for a mere seconds too long, it's going to like throw the entire world off its axis. Like winds will be blowing everything over. There's going to be, what did it say? Like days would be 8 minutes for a while and stuff. And it would just be like the end of the world and stuff like that. And I'm like, how does anyone know that? Like how, like what do you,
Also,
what do
how
you know
does
about
something
that?
spin and us stay on it?
We're spinning right now.
I know. How? How does water stay on something that's spinning? That's
It's
round.
spinning so fast that it just stays in one place.
It just stays put.
Yeah. It's like if you have water in a bucket and you like,
And you're swinging
and
it
you
around.
just go like this, it falls out. But
so
if you
to us,
spin
we're
it,
not spinning that fast, but we are spinning that fast.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they say.
Everything just stays.
I mean, how do they know?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Because when people take videos out of like when they're
So
in the
much.
space shuttle and stuff, when there's like a video of the Earth, it's not like a blur. You can see like the continents and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, how do we know?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why wouldn't you be able to, when you're out, if you technically get outside of it, how would you not see it? Like how would you not see the continent starting to like go on the other side?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
shit?
And how do you not know? How do you know that? How do we know we're even on an Earth? Like, how do we know we're just on this like floating orb in the middle of nowhere?
Exactly.
How do we know?
Exactly.
Until I'm the one out there looking at it from a space shuttle, I'm never going to believe it.
That's why it's like nobody knows. That's why when people get in fights about like some of the crazier stuff, like the Earth being flat
Dude,
or in a
there's one of our-
firmament or not being or being rounded, I'm like, nobody knows.
There's a customer that comes in all the time to my work. Genuine flat earther. Like wears t-shirts about it. Like if you even like, if you don't even have to bring up flat earth. You just have to say something about politics or something. He'll jump into like, yeah, you know why? Because the earth is flat. Like he'll go into it. He'll be like,
What's the Earth flat got to do with the fucking 3D world of a president and politics?
it's all connected. It's all connected.
I mean,
From what this guy says, it's all connected.
yeah.
And it's all true.
I don't know. They could just use different words and then there wouldn't be so much hate. But also at the same time, nobody fucking knows. That guy has also not gone to the end
when I see him
of
pull
anything.
Up, I walk out the other door.
Yeah.
I let the girls deal with it.
Yeah, I try not to be like that. I mean, I might be like that with health things these days, and I'm trying. I'm trying to just let people make horrible decisions for themselves. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't want to be somebody like that. Like, I just want to have my own beliefs that make me feel good and stuff. But like, also, you know, there are a lot of truths coming to light that aren't that bonkers anymore. I'm not talking about aliens in the sky, but I'm just talking about that there are a lot of people that are out to get us humans and not. I mean, you know what I mean? And
I don't believe
in
destroying like aliens and stuff like that. But there has been some weird shit happening kind of on that front where not like crop circles and stuff because humans do all that stuff. But there's like that big metal spike, like that huge metal spike that keeps like showing up in different places. There was one in like Moab or something like that. It was like a huge, I can't remember what they call it, but it was like too big for anybody to take out there, plant it, and then move it like days later. There's no tracks going to it or whatever. One just showed up in like the Netherlands or some shit.
Well, remember when haven't I ever told you like one thing because your brain, you know, I love your brain and how you will see different perspectives. But remember how I told you that like way back in maybe 200 years ago, well, it wouldn't have been 200. So yeah, it wouldn't even been that far because you have black and white photos of it. You see these intricate buildings and you mean to tell me, like we talked about this, that a physical man, you, probably mostly your age, maybe a little younger and better shape, more than likely not.
Probably a lot younger and
a horse shape. And buggy built those fucking buildings even back then? Yeah. There's something weird about that. And when you go way back, pyramids and stuff, like, of course, like, it's like, come on,
somebody...
It is weird shit. It's definitely
I saw a video of that the other day where they had a cement block that was as big as, like, what one of the pyramids blocks would have been.
Yes.
And they had, like, three huge bulldozers going and trying to, like, lift it up. And all the bulldozers would get under it, and then their back ends would lift up because they couldn't, like...
Even if you had...
So it is weird that,
crane
like, something
and pulley
like that...
systems, like, how that would take... How it would have to take 50 years or more, like to build one building would take forever. If you had it like native people that were using pulleys and rope systems of some sort, or even dumb young men.
Of rope though, because
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
none of it makes sense.
So much rope. Like even when they built the Salt Lake Temple, they did all that. Like they brought those.
Yeah, I know. It's a certain point in time where they did stuff like that.
They brought those huge like granite stones down on like they would basically like bring it down in from the canyons on like logs. They would roll it on logs, and some like people would like take the log, roll it, keep rolling it, and they keep on like doing it because there's no buggy at that point that you could put a nice enough suspension on to like horse and carriage it down there. But then lifting those up in the air, like I always thought about that when I was a kid. I was like, you'd have to have like some serious like metal steel rope or something like that to pulley that shit up there.
I mean, in the early 1900s, right? Aren't they the men up on things building buildings? But like those are like steel buildings, right? Those are like beamed, steel beamed.
Like
it isn't this like granite
or the temple
these
is all just granite blocks and wood. Like that's all it was. So it's like, but I don't know, maybe they had welders back then, but welding a rig system that could like lift that shit up that high, it's like so weird.
None of it, even before that. Or we find like all these Egyptian ruins, or you find all these sarcophagi. You find these hidden cities now that like all of a sudden the sand it looks like a sandstorm or a mud thing or something happened where these civilizations possibly or what are covered, and
like
then you
volcanoes,
see things erupting, and then like all of a sudden making things come like reappearing, or you're having caves in China that like fall through in the middle of the mountain, and it's this whole entire ecosystem inside that like not saying they found people in there, but they found animals and insects and plant life and all this shit living inside a mountain.
I'd believe
that
had its
own
over
lake
like
system.
Aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah, well for sure. So like, like nature things happening. There's like the volcano just erupted for the 4th time in whatever country. I don't know where that is at. But when you just said volcano, that reminded me. I'm like, all the crazy natural disaster shit going on is also what's probably getting a lot of people going, oh, look at how so many people are technically dying. Look at how many people are being cleansed.
Cleansed is a good word.
Like volcanoes. Like look at all the people that are out of homes, out of food. Like, even if it's war, even if it's our world-based stuff, or if it's natural disasters, like, there is a lot of depopulating going on. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
know.
No, there
But
definitely
there is like a big cleanse going on. So I guess if you believe that that's like the end of times and you're done.
But also, why worry about it? You know what I mean? Like, if
I know
things
that's
are
what
gonna
makes me
happen,
sad
things
for
are gonna
people
happen,
is
you
like
know?
if they're too far. Like, I don't ever blame people that were like the doomsday preppers, but I do understand when some people would like make fun of them and stuff. When I'm like, yeah, they were going, like, some people would go too far, like so obsessive it overruns your life right now.
Yeah,
It's one thing
it's
to
hard.
be prepared,
It's hard.
or like we've talked about, if you feel like you need to believe in something to make yourself feel, whatever, like we've talked about,
Sure.
good. But like, it can't be like an obsessive thing where it runs, whatever, life.
Yeah, you can't live life afraid of things that very possibly won't happen.
Yeah.
Or probably can't happen.
And like, not to be on a darker note, but there's just like worse things I feel like that can happen right now than like with people being crazy and, like people gathering at places, people want to show up and maybe cause harm to that. Like, there's just stuff in this,
mass shootings, all that
in
other
this
shit.
basic
Like,
ass
you
bitch
never know when
world.
that's going to happen, but nobody worries about that on a
That's what
daily
I'm getting
basis,
at.
You know what I mean?
Like, you guys are all gathering at a place an eclipse is coming. You don't think that's a prime opportunity for somebody who wants to fuck some shit up?
Yeah.
And just this level of world.
It's weird because like, I think about that. Well, I don't really think about it. That's the thing. But when I do think about like that Vegas shooting that we were like almost going to,
That thing is so
like,
crazy.
I had tickets in my hands to go to that country festival. We decided not to go, but like even now, like it was like, oh shit, like I could have been there. We could have been there too. Like the next day, we could have been.
We
at
would
that
have been at the
show.
Sunday one.
Yeah, we would have been there. But like now, I'm like, yeah, it would be fun to go to like a music festival. I don't think, but someone might shoot it up. Like, I don't think about that. You're just like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
music
no,
festival. You know what I
no.
mean? Like,
Now that we have been through
some
a little
like
bit,
real
or
super life, like real life stuff could happen in this world. But nobody worries. Well, I guess there's people that probably worry about it, but like I don't personally worry about it.
You don't
But I also don't
see
worry
that.
about
You see this
the Lord and
big
Savior
level.
coming down next week to rapture the earth. So
yeah.
I hope it's like when it does happen. I hope it's like this is the end.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Although then it's just the
When
big
there's
old
that huge
fucking
demon
devil
with a
penis.
huge penis just swinging everywhere. You got Channing Tatum like servicing everybody. I love that. I call him
I do
Channing,
love how everybody just
I call him
parties
Channing
at the end.
Tatum.
Tatum.
Yeah, well, when you're a good person, you go up and there's a Backstreet Boys concert.
I know, right?
Nobody's gonna shoot up a Backstreet Boys concert in heaven.
I hope
Nobody.
it's Backstreet Boys, and then you know what that scene also reminded me of is in Bridesmaids, where it's Wilson
Yeah.
Phillips. I'm
Someday,
like,
someday,
I hope they have
someday.
both, like a
Yeah.
stage over here of Wilson Phillips.
It's gonna be a whole festival of like everybody's favorite shit.
I'm so excited.
But that bums me out too because then like my favorite band will get done playing, and then we'll go see your favorite band, which will be cool. But then behind us somewhere, somebody's favorite band is gonna be stupid. Like, what's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine or some shit, and we'll have to deal with him.
Don't even know who that is. No, there's only going to be certain ones allowed up into
You think
our
there's only
heaven.
certain bands in heaven?
In our heaven, yes.
Like Bon Jovi will be there for sure,
Yeah,
probably.
like people will only be there that
and
we
it has
want
to be like
there.
the original lineups too. Like it can't just. But I
It
guess
needs to
like,
be very
I guess
nostalgic
the
and
new-
happy
the
and
new
joyful.
People can like sub in, like if it's a Metallica concert, they'll have Cliff playing bass, but then they'll have to let James come in and play a little bit. Then they'll have to have Rob play a little bit, like because I guess if it's all original, like you're gonna miss out on the hits that the other people were part of. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, Bon Jovi, like Richie Sambora will be there for a little while. Then they'll throw in whoever else they got to play.
You know what came on the other day? No Doubt.
Yeah.
But it's not really that. It's just the fact that anytime I listen to that or hear her, it takes me to classic skating days.
For sure. Back in the day, they were
Like there's
dope.
so much nostalgic from listening to certain
Like
things.
when they
is
were
what I'm
like
talking about.
ska, they were cool as shit. Like punk ska kind of, you know what I mean? And
I mean,
she was just wild and crazy.
that album's pretty much the only one. Like
There was the two. There was the one, I can't remember the name of it, but then there was like Magic Kingdom that came out that had like Don't Speak.
Okay, that's
You
the one I
Just
know.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
But they had the one before that had like spider webs and stuff like that on it.
Oh, and I only know most of those probably because that was right at the prime of like She's All That or 10 Things I Hate About
Yeah,
You or whatever.
For sure. And that's when they were cool. But then for some weird reason, Gwen
It's mostly
Stefani
those
decided
songs.
to try to be something different.
Poppy, I don't know. Yeah.
Not even that. She went all like
Well,
Fergie on
Bananas,
everything.
the weird
That's
one?
what I mean. Like it was just weird.
Oh, I call that Poppy because it's like it reminds me of like Kesha and like all these other people.
Some pop's good. Like think of like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and stuff like that. Like that's pop. You know what I mean?
Do they? Yeah, I guess they consider that. I think I only consider that boy bands. Like that's their own little genre is boy bands.
I put Gwen Stefani in the same category as I put Beyonce. Like I don't
Oh.
ever want to listen to her now.
No. I would only listen to that one
I think
album.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. Like that new country song that Beyonce came out with. It's like, A, it's not a country song. B, shut up. You know what I mean?
I don't think I even know that either. Like, listen, I am not in this world anymore. Like,
Well,
I am
you
not
obviously
in this
don't
day
scroll
and age.
TikTok at all or Instagram because that's all people are dancing to
all
now.
my TikTok is about the end of the fucking world. Okay.
Yeah, for some
And
reason,
all my
mine is
conspiracies.
breastfeeding and Beyonce bullshit.
On TikTok too.
I don't know, but I've never not on the TikTok. I don't really ever get on TikTok. If I post a clip of our stuff on there, that's when I get on TikTok.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
get on it.
Yeah.
And scroll. I probably should though. I should be more of a presence on TikTok.
I mean, if we want to, and you guys
but then
can
I
help
hear that
us out
TikTok's
too.
shutting down soon too. So it's like the government's gonna
They
ban
just
it.
have like 6 months to pull away from their investor, and somebody else will figure it out.
Yeah, we doubt it.
And then it'll just wind up being like the rest. But like, who cares? It's just a social media app. But I go to both of those because I do Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But if we want it to be boosted, and you guys can help us out too.
Yeah, you have to help us.
We have to go through and like and comment and follow other
I know,
people.
I gotta be more of a presence
and
on
like
there.
boost other people's stuff, which then also gets at least it gets your page. Like if you start following things you like or people you like or different things, and like your For You page on TikTok and stuff is like better shit.
Yeah.
Instagram won't just be breastfeeding. I know you can have a little bit of that still, but I don't know. I don't know what else you like. I know that's really hard because breastfeeding you
don't like breastfeeding. I just don't want to see it all the time. You know?
No,
what I
I
mean?
know. I'm just saying. I think you have some other passions or other skills that you wouldn't mind watching on there.
Yeah, for sure.
So you'll have to
like
figure
foot
it out.
races and
Like like the lumberjack people. Like I
Yeah.
follow like
that dude's hot as fuck.
Bradley. Mm-hmm. And then there's a girl that
There's
does
a girl,
it.
yeah.
And she's
Is it the
ripped.
lesbian one?
Yes. Yeah, because there's one
She's
that does
like
it
at a cabin?
against her husband, but the other one is like a Bradley Thor. Yeah, she's got
Yeah.
blonde hair. She's got the short blonde
Yeah,
hair.
she's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can.
Her
she can-
arms. I see her arms and I'm like, I want her fucking arms.
She could split my wood any day. You know what I mean? But
She's
then
like,
again, so could
I
Bradley
haven't heard
Thor
that
too.
one. Oh,
Yeah, he's a gorgeous man.
I feel like he's kind of a little bitch.
He probably is in
the
real
bedroom.
life.
No, but just
Probably.
like in the bed, like a little bit of a
No, I bet he
sissy,
is
like a little sissy
he's
boy.
probably like the kind of guy that would like send a steak back if it wasn't cooked exactly right. You know what I mean? I bet he's
Oh,
kind of
you're
like
right.
a Karen.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like he's very pretty, but
I
he's
don't know
probably
though.
like
I've caught some of his lives, and he's seems chill. Like even on there.
I'm sure he's chill, but I'm sure he's got some weird thing where he's like,
he
listen,
has to. He has to.
listen.
When you're that good looking,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
there's got to be a sociopath thing going on, or just a dick thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're
There's
right.
got to be something.
You're
And
right.
what he puts on, what anybody puts on social media is never like the absolute truth.
You're right. It's
Except for
the
us.
furthest from the truth usually. Yeah,
Pretty
no,
much
we
what
are
we do.
raw dogging this stuff. I mean, do you see our? I guess I don't look. We look fine,
We look,
but it's not like we dress
Like
up.
us.
I don't put makeup on or do anything for these.
we look like us.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
No, I know.
And it's good. I don't put makeup on either, contrary to popular belief.
I know, and I'm sure a lot of those fucks do.
It's like most of the comments that we get on our stuff is like, dude, not so much makeup. And I'm like, this is just natural hot, dude. Like, get off it, you know?
It's steamy. It's steam rising
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
It's not glowy like the rest of y'all like little biatches. It's steamy.
This whole thing is natural. See?
Some ASMR.
Can you hear it? Ooh, beard ASMR. I wonder if I can make some money off that.
Absolutely. Do you know how many people? Hello, me, your child. Like ASMR, we fall asleep to that shit every night. Do you know how many people get views on their YouTube channels
you
for
could even hear
ASMR
that.
because people leave their phones and shit running and it just plays the whole video?
Yeah, every night when I watch something, I fall asleep to it, and then the next morning I wake up and it's something like 5 hours later. It was just kept playing different videos. Like, all right, well,
I sometimes feel like you get stuck on reels and I'm like, how does it change? How is it not the same shit when he wakes up?
I don't know.
I'm sure in your sleep you just
I woke up this morning. I was trying to read up on stuff like this last night so that we could do stuff, and I fell asleep and I woke up and I picked my phone up and it was still on Reddit, but it was just some chick masturbating. I was like, what the? I'm like, how did I get to that?
Sure, Jimmy.
No, I really was. I mean, I've watched that.
Breastfeeding not real babies.
No, I've watched that kind of stuff before, for sure. Like, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm a guy. I've watched that stuff.
We know.
But I was watching, like, I don't know how, like, I don't know what Reddit does, if it just goes to, like, a new post or a new thing or something like that. But I woke up and it was
you woke up several times, and you probably even touched stuff and messed with stuff.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like when you were like, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get up. Like, probably tried like 5 different times.
Well, this was when I woke up this morning.
Oh, this morning.
So it was after I'd finally fallen asleep and woke up.
Oh, okay, different then.
But like I pick up my phone and it's just some chick. She wasn't even naked or anything. She was just like in bed, had a blanket over, and you could just see what her hand was doing. So I was just like, what the hell? Like, it was weird. I'm like, I wouldn't watch that because there's nothing to see.
The ghost was using your phone as soon as
probably.
you fall asleep.
Yeah.
We do have somebody in this house. It's somebody on my spirit team. Naughties.
Yeah.
Being naughty.
He was like, whoa, I didn't know this kind of technology existed. Yeah. This wasn't here.
I'm on the other world.
This wasn't here 300 years ago when I was around.
Yeah.
But
it is not as above, so below.
But if I was a ghost, I would just like go watch like real people do it.
That's what's funny about it.
Yeah. You get a ghost that's addicted to like internet porn instead of just watching normal people.
That's the only thing they put on your computers. It's like we watched Little Monsters last night and how they fuck with shit and it always gets blamed on the kids. Could you imagine if just so all the phones, all the laptops just had porn on them?
But it's just because the ghost is too shy to go watch a real human being jerking off or like having sex or something.
Mm-hmm. So what's that called when like the husband sits in the corner?
Cuckolding.
Yeah, he does. That's his thing, but he doesn't want to admit it.
But he doesn't want to watch real
even
people.
though they can't see him.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, I just better watch porn.
Anyways.
All righty. Well, I don't know.
Wow, we made that an hour.
I don't know if we helped anybody through this whole upcoming rapture, but hopefully you got a little laugh out of it or something. Go ahead and comment how shitty our advice is, because we don't know what to do. It's like, if Jesus comes,
I got nothing for you.
I got the pasta. He can ride my cows or whatever he needs to do. April's
we do
got
have
some
cows
greens,
next door. Legit.
and they're white, so it kind of fits.
Oh, it's kind of like the white buffalo that was also seen this. It's all coming true.
But anyway, so yeah, we probably didn't help that much. But I mean, tell us what you think about it. Let us know, because like I said, we had an episode that's still going to come out the next week, but we wanted to get this one out just in case there's others like us that, you know, don't really give a shit, you know?
Or just kind of get a little confused by like, what? That's what you guys are worried about on a day-to-day basis? I'm like,
what do you guys
I'm worried about my 7 o'clock alarm going off.
Yeah, what do you guys worry about on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, or week to week. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be day-to-day. Like I hope you're doing good.
What do you worry about irrationally?
Yeah.
Like everybody worries about money.
My irrational is like, am I going to have
like
enough turkey for this week?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have to go to the store again.
I went and got your turkey today.
You did.
And I was super bummed out because like that little thing wasn't there anymore that had the turkey in it.
So you had to like go get it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I had to
know
talk
that's
to
really
people.
hard. Yeah. We don't like to do that.
And that guy at the deli was weird.
I talk to all the birds and all the insects and all the plants at my work, but like when I have to talk to the humans, I'm like, but I put on my face. Hi, can I help you?
This whole job thing's a scam. I didn't know I'd have to deal with people. That's all I do all day, every day.
I know.
Anyway.
All right.
So yeah, go and like, subscribe, all that other shit. You know, send this to your friends. Tell people about us because, you know, this world is nitty gritty.
Yeah. Let us know what you want to know about the nitty gritty too.
We'll make it a little bit more pretty for you, for sure.
But it's not so pretty. So, you know.
Well, the world's not so pretty, but we'll make it pretty. Like, look at her. Look at this gorgeous being of amazingness and love. And I ran out of words, but.
Ew, so cheesy. I'm just kidding. That's why you ran out of words, bitch.
Yeah, it's because you don't believe any of them anyway. So, anyway, we love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.